Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. 007 here. I know it's been a long time since I've posted a video. I have been diligently working on getting better at bike packing. So I figured, it's probably time I post a video and just start on some of the equipment that I've gotten to do my bike packing. I am doing the Great Allegheny Passage to C&O Towpath from Pittsburgh to Washington DC. That'll be about end of August time frame. And I do have some hiking I'm going to do out in Grand Tetons and Yellowstone and Glacier National Park. Me and Moneypenny are going out there here in July, so we'll have that as well. But I wanted to get a couple videos out of equipment. When I was hiking the AT and doing a lot of hiking, you do all this research into equipment, and here I found out with bike packing, pretty much the same thing. A lot of equipment choices out there to make, which we all enjoy doing that anyway. So I wanted to do this video just on my new gravel bike that I'm going to use to do some of the bike packing with. This will mainly be the bike I use around here, my training rides, the Pittsburgh to DC ride I plan on doing with this, and any rail to trail rides, things like that. This is the bike I use. So this is the basic version of what I have. I do have a lot of the panniers and everything to put on it, but I wanted to do one video with just the basic bike and some of the little tweaks that I've done, just starting out, and then I'll do another video later on some of the pack items that I have and how that's going to work out. So with that, let's get started on this bad boy right here. This is a 2025 FX3. It's a Gen 4. I have a 2023 FX2, and and there was nothing wrong with the bike. It's very similar to this bike, but this one offered a few things that I wanted, and one of them was a 1x drivetrain. I just didn't want to, mechanical issues with the front and the rear. So that's one of the main reasons I went to this one. And the frame here is, I don't have the FX2 any longer, but when I had these two set beside each other, you could see the frame was a lot thicker and stronger on this one compared to the other one. So that's some of the reasons. So I think what I'm going to do is just kind of take you around and show you each little thing that it has, and some of the things I've already done to it. Obviously the handlebars are going to be a topic, I'm sure. And yeah, and then I'll post a description of everything below. I don't put links to how to get, to Amazon. I don't do that. But will put, what kind of handlebars and what the name brand is, and you can look and find this stuff on Amazon or wherever your cheaper option lies. All right, so with that, let's get into it here. All right, obviously I'm in my garage. So yeah, this is a 2025 Trek. It's an FX3. It's the Gen 4 FX3, and one of the big reasons I went with this over the FX2 that I had, it's the single, the 1x, so it's only got one chain ring in the front, and then it's a 10-speed bike. And I'll tell you, riding around here, I haven't had any issues whatsoever. Now, I haven't been on any big hills, but so far everything's working great with this bike. And I'll talk about some of the things I've already done to it. But just on this bike, it's an aluminum frame. It was a flat bar bike, not a drop bar, which is one of the things I had wanted. It's got the carbon fiber front fork, and that's kind of it for the basic bike. Now it has hydraulic disc brakes in the front and in the rear as well, which I was pretty happy with. They're both 160 millimeter front and rear discs, and then the levers, the brake levers up here, also Shimano. Everything on this bike is Shimano. These are the NT201s. The gears, I got the Q's gear set from Shimano. I don't know if that's the best one out there, definitely not, but I'm pretty happy with it so far, so everything's going fine. And then the tires, these are a 700 by 34 tire. These are the Bontrager H2 comp tires that you can see there. No issues with those. I will tell you, I have some Continental tires I'm going to put on for around here. I just trust the Continental a lot better. And then the saddle, that saddle, it's an H1, it's by Trek. It's comfortable, and so I'm kind of staying with that for the moment, but we'll see how it goes as time goes on here. All right, so let's talk about a couple modifications I've made. So the first one are these, the Shimano pedals. So these are the PD, what is it, EH? Hold on, I'll tell you here. The pedals are the PD EH 500 pedals. And so I can clip in this side and not on this side. And I really like that option. It's worked out, and especially if I got to walk with the bike, or my feet get, my shoes get muddy, you know, I still have that option there. So from the pedals, let's talk about the elephant in the room. That's these handlebars right here. So these are trekking bars or butterfly bars. Again, I have the description below here for the video. So these bars, I went with these because it gives me more options. So I can put my hands here, put my hands here, put my hands here. And then I got these mountain bike ends here that I can kind of, so what I do is I lean down on them if I need to get a little lower, especially in headwinds, things like that. So that works out. The sponge on it came with this butterfly bar. If that ever wears out, when it wears out, I'll just put tape on there. I went with, so I wanted a flat bar because I was able to do this right here. I can just transfer it over. If you have drop bars, you know, the gears and everything are a little different, so would make it harder. Anyway, and then these, the handlebar grips, these are a short handlebar grip because you have, you know, I tried to put the ones I had with the flat bar on, but they came quite a bit out, and it didn't give me much room, not so much on this side, but on this. And then it helped me out just to put the bell right there, so it's a lot easier. I had the bell up here and I would have to reach up and hit it, and this was just a lot easier just to hit the bell right here. So that worked out. This mirror, you know, well, I'll talk about the handlebar extension right here. I did this to give me more room for a lot of the options I'm going to have that you'll see as we go. I mount my light here. You know, I do have a Garmin 840 that I mount here on the stem mount. So this is going to give me more room for everything, and this is the start of my cockpit area, I guess they call it. The only problem I've had so far, and it hasn't been a problem with riding, but the cables here, because they come out here in the head, you can see. So the cables are all jammed up because with the flat bars, it was out a little further. And I've already talked to my local Trek guy where I bought the bike, and he said, yeah, they can trim them up. I'll have it tuned up before I go to Pennsylvania to start the gap, and once I do that, that'll get trimmed up. So anyway, so this handlebar extension you know, I'm really happy with it. I did have a Rock Bros one before, didn't work out as well. I did struggle with a mirror, where to put it. I ended up going with this small mirror that I've had forever, I guess. And the type and everything is below in the description, but that it's real small, and I just wanted enough to see if somebody's coming behind me, and this was perfect for that. So the butterfly bars, like I said, gives me more options. In Europe, touring bikes and things like that, you see these a lot more. Not so much here in the States, but I'm really happy with them because it gives me a lot of options with my hands leaning forward and straight up. Yeah, and I put these, you know, I just wanted some bar ends so water didn't get in there. I got it, and I went with the blue, you know, because it's all about how it looks. Yeah, so that's pretty much the biggest part of this bike that I have changed right now with the bell. You know, you gotta have the bell around here, and this bell, it's not in the way of anything. I probably can't put anything else here, so that worked out good. That's a Rock Brothers bell, if I recall. Yeah, so really happy with everything. Like I said, this seat, it's very comfortable. I did have the bike fitted to me, and a guy in Winter Garden, Florida, did it for me, which I was really happy with. So I know the seat height is correct. And I talked to him, I said, I don't know how long this thing's gonna last. He said, oddly, the stock ones last a lot longer than you think. So that's kind of it on the seat. The water bottle, I'm not gonna talk about those because one, they're not metal, and two, my frame bag's gonna go in here, and I'll have a different option for that. You can see I've already put screws in everywhere. These come with little caps, little black plastic caps that pop out. I'm planning on putting water bottles here on the front fork, so as I get those a little dirty, I'll talk about them. But yeah, this is so this is my FX3 Trek bike, and you'll be seeing a lot more of it, I'm sure, as I do rides. My training rides, you know, I've went from 38 miles, I'm up to 53 miles, and that'll probably be my base loop that I do a couple times a week. And legs are getting stronger, everything's getting better, so we'll see how it goes. If you like what you see, like what you hear, please hit the subscribe button, and I'll talk to you again in the next video.